Alright, both kits for Grave and Cinderella are finally here. Let's talk a little bit about who is better, who should you be pulling for, and my first impressions on both kits. Before we start, as usual, leave a like, subscribe. There is still no monetization, but we're standing strong. Let's talk about both kits, Cindy and Grave. I like Grave more. Cindy feels like a simpler kid. I'm not saying she's bad. I am 100% sure Shift Up is not as stupid to release his second anniversary character that is gonna be weak. I'm just saying that her kit on paper looks a lot more simpler than something like they did last year with Red Hood, with Doro, with even SBS, right? If you want. So both kits looking pretty great. I prefer Grave in terms of the kit, but let's talk a little bit about what's going on with both of them. Let's go into full screen here and start with everyone's favorite for the anniversary, Cinderella, Rocket Launcher Defender B3. Now, this is a rocket launcher with 24 ammo capacity and only 32% of attack as damage, because her basic attacks kind of change depending on her kit. So let's go first over skill 1, which is Flawless Glass, right? This is a normal skill that activates when entering burst skill stage 3. You don't need to be bursting with her. Increases her attack by 2% of caster's final max HP. It's important that it's final. There is plenty of characters we can be using. For example, if we talk about right now, Rogue to increase the max HP and give you cooldown reduction, Must to increase your max HP and give you even more buff. So plenty of characters that can actually work with this. Even though it's only at 2%, there is a lot of HP, so it's gonna be a big number, just like 2B. This is 2B on steroids. Then you have activates when attacking with full charge, giving you charge speed 100% removed upon reloading to max ammunition. You want to go with some max ammunition lines on your gear and the Bastion Cube to actually avoid this or delay this as much as possible. And then activates when hitting a target with full charge, dealing an extra 136% of final attack as additional damage. So a pretty solid skill 1, right? Pretty good skill 1. Let's move into skill 2, which is Dirt Resistant Mirror, another passive skill. And this one is also pretty interesting because this is a decoy. And right now in game, we only have 2 decoys and both of them suck. The decoys we have are Ray, okay, and Delta. Those are our 2 decoys in the game and both of them are awful. Difference with this decoy, it does not taunt, looks like it attacks, and it resummons constantly on every burst, which is cool. So, at the start of the battle, you get an avatar, a decoy, which is 96% of caster's final max HP. Again, it looks like it also attacks. And every time you enter burst skill stage 3, you don't need to burst, you resummon this decoy. And every time there is a decoy in the battle, this decoy exists, right? Every 3 seconds, you're going to be stacking up the beautiful buff, which increases your max HP 1.6%, stacking up to 12 times. Once again, playing into that skill 1 to increase your attack even more. So pretty solid skill 2. The decoy is kind of what threw me off a little bit because so far the decoys we've gotten are really bad. But once again, I'm expecting her to be performing amazing. People say for PvP she's going to be a beast. I don't care about PvP personally. And then lastly we have her burst, which is actually really good. So her burst is 40 seconds, of course, P3, and he is dealing 682% of final attack as damage, attacking sequentially for 10 times to random enemies. If there's only a boss, all the damage goes to the boss. Now 600%, 10 times, big number, but this will go from 600 all the way to actually 900 if you have your beautiful stacks maxed out, because affects the same target when in beautiful status, dealing 30% of final attack as additional damage, but mirroring the stack count of beautiful. So all the way to 900 10 times, which is really big numbers. So her damage looks like not only on her burst, but normally with the decoy is gonna be pretty good. Now we need to see what other characters we can put on that team for the max HP team, because some people might have forgotten, but there is someone who will be healing and increasing max HP for defenders. Where is she? I forgot. Oh, there it is. There it is. The best girl, Queenie, okay? Now, I don't think we're gonna be using her, okay? But it's pretty funny how she's gonna be increasing some attack for defenders, but it's not enough. And also the max HP, which is the important part, just when entering battle by 11%, which is pretty good. And then, of course, her burst, which will only work for those defenders. I thought it was funny. I don't think she's gonna be used with her, even though it could be an interesting team to see. Now, that's it about Cinderella. Really great kid. I just worried about the decoy because what we have in game points towards they are bad. So right, the first impression you get about her is like, oh, it's not that good because what we have in game right now with this mechanic sucks. That said, we'll see tonight. We're gonna be testing, come to the live. We're gonna be doing core 7, everything else, and seeing if he's good or not. Now let's move into Grave. Other Pilgrimusi supported Assault Rifle Fire B2. Even her base damage, 17%, is higher than usual for the Assault Rifles, pretty good, and 60 bullets as a base capacity. Amazing. So let's go into skill 1, Heat Emission. This activates when prediction status ends. Prediction status is your burst. We'll talk about the burst later. So this will remove 100% of your bullets and also put your reload ratio reduced by 50%, removing heat emission under certain conditions. I don't understand the second part because it doesn't say anything about how you can remove heat emission under certain conditions, or at least I didn't see anywhere, because the other two lines only activate when you are in this heat emission, which is just your skill, aka after every burst you will be recovering 2% of your final max HP every second continuously, and for all allies you will give pierce damage by 50% almost and burst gauge filling speed by 40% almost. Really powerful buff after every burst. So even after the burst end, which is also giving other buffs, you're getting another 50% increased pierce damage. Reminder that right now a lot of the meta B3s have pierce. This is going to be a really huge buff, and this makes her already an amazing B2 competing with everyone in T1, but her burst automatically puts her at least on 0.5, at least, right? At least for my tier list. So let's go into the skill 2, which is another passive, this time Overheat, right? This activates after landing 50 normal attacks, which will be giving her attack increase by 50%, but this will be removed after you go to max ammunition. So when you reload, you remove this. It's a 15%, so she's a supporter that is also going to be doing pretty good damage, honestly. She has a similar situation to Dorothy, where, yes, she's a supporter, but everyone knows she's not really a supporter. You have her for the cooldown reduction and because her damage is pretty good. So it's a similar situation. Also, Dorothy, goddamn, she looks good. So after that, she will also, when she enters prediction status, so her burst, she will change her how she works, and she will be getting buffs depending how many times she attacks. After 30 attacks, she gets for herself 20% attack, and after 60 attacks, she gains for herself 30% attack damage, once again making her even better DPS as a supporter character. And then last we have Plot Spoiler. This is the burst and this is the prediction status we've been seeing on the whole kit. So as you can see, she removes current HP 1% every second, which you will recover after the burst end with your hit emission. Then you get unlimited ammunition, pierce for 10 seconds, pierce damage for 10 seconds, and critical rate for 10 seconds. Really good modifiers, as you can see right there on screen. Now, that's great. But the best part is the buff for allies, because she's giving you for 10 seconds 50% attack damage, 40% pierce damage, and increasing a little bit of max ammunition capacity. That automatically makes her better than Rem, than Summer Rosanna, and that even right now what people are using, which is Mari. So better than all of those B2 supporters, which is huge. Now, she increases max ammo, meaning you don't want to put her with Doro, you don't want to be putting her with Sameranis, you don't want to be putting her with characters that have last bullet mechanics. Still, only limits a little bit the team composition. She can be put on basically everywhere as a B2 supporter, just thanks to those buffs. She also looks like it's going to be dealing great damage. We shall see this. And we're not sure, you know, because some supporters have like good buffs for themselves, but then they kind of suck. But she looks like she's gonna be dealing great damage and being an amazing buffer. It looks like Shift Up is leaning more and more towards into these like huge kits that give a lot of buffs rather than, you know, balancing all units, but still both of them look amazing. You cannot pull for Grave, you can only pull for Cinderella right now. If you're a new player, my recommendation is wait, do not pull yet. Just do your normal singles, free singles, maybe do a couple multis for Cinderella, but wait until we test both characters to see what benefits you more, because it's gonna be based on your account. As a new player, you also benefit from getting both, and there is no downside, right? And for people who want to be doing raids, you will have to get both of them. That said, we're gonna be testing tonight. If you guys wanna be coming by and saying hello, links in the description. That's gonna be it for this one. Short video talking about the kids. Have a great day. Good luck with your pool dinner rates, and see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。